All right.
All right. Keep on rolling.
Right, getting her sip of water in. We got Heath with his Dr.
Got my
Pepper
Dr. Pepper.
Zero Sugar. I got my coffee decaf, so I can go to sleep in an hour because that's what time I'll be.
Are you good about the water you drink? You know how like they say like purified water is really doing nothing to you, but it's all about like
You
the
want, like, the
spring.
mineral-
You want spring water.
Yeah, like crystal. No, not crystal. Spring water. Yeah, sorry.
Or alkaline, like the mineralized.
No, you don't
water.
want to drink alkaline water.
Oh,
every
you
day.
don't.
That's not like people will drink alkaline water like their regular water. You shouldn't be drinking that a lot.
This one says spring water alkaline. Now what?
I've
You get magnetism.
You know what? You know what really bothers me? It's the.
Why can't water be water?
It's always somebody saying something. It's drink your water, but don't drink the wrong water. Some people are like alkaline's good.
It's
Some
so
people are
annoying.
like
it's because the way these big brands will push out the water, right? I mean,
hey,
the thing is, you're
just
still
drink
hydrating.
water.
You're still getting hydrated.
Yeah.
It's fine to just it's always that water sommelier, that guy who with like the glasses on TikTok.
the water,
who's just like, this is just tap water. Like you get nothing from this.
Yeah.
I love that. I always watch those and I like talk.
And basically, it's just if you have a bunch of choices in front of you, buy the spring water. Don't buy the purified water because that's basically just tap. The company is just using tap water and
also,
giving it to you.
Also, so many people say, and studies show that like drinking water from like a plastic bottle is like terrible for you. You should be drinking from like a
that's
glass
a whole
bottle.
nother thing.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing that's
been kind of freaking me
The
out.
microplastics?
Microphthalates, all of that stuff.
But we've been drinking it. Hit the sign. We've been drinking it for so long. I just feel like we would have felt something.
How about-
I think what's
It's
going
salmonella.
on
It's salmonella.
is they're making everybody hop on the Stanley Cup bandwagon because they're lining the aluminum with cancer.
Yeah.
lining it with cans.
Tell them plastic
How
water
about-
bottles are bad.
They tell us not to drink these plastic waters, all this stuff. How about tell the companies to stop making it in plastic? What?
True.
So true.
Just ban it.
True.
If
If it's got microplastics and it's bad, why is it allowed?
My favorite thing is coffee shops that serve their coffee in plastic cups with paper straws.
Yes.
Repeat it. Say
Plastic
it
cups
louder.
with paper straws? That doesn't make sense.
Oh, throw the straw in the
Man.
ocean.
Why?
That was a movement for a long time.
But it's still like that. There's so many places that serve their coffee like that where it's like they need to have the paper straws, but it's in a giant plastic cup.
I don't know. I really don't.
I get through 1/4 of my coffee because the straw is like turns into like this.
Sogged.
Yeah.
Where are you getting your coffee at?
Call them out.
Alfred's.
Oh, yeah, they use paper straws at Alfred's?
Yeah.
But the plastic cups.
Yeah, I don't want to call out like a competitor, but
Yeah.
Why
it
not?
is
in
what
the
it
comments
is.
he's saying you're drinking it.
What is Alfred named after, or that coffee brand? What's it named after? The guy named Alfred? It's a New York Times crossword. I was just doing it right
let's help
before we
you
click
out,
record.
Mariah.
Are we just cheating?
This is cheating.
Because it
but
said Alfred, like who owns Alfred?
Josh Zad.
Josh Zad.
Well,
Maybe-
he's the CEO.
Or am I like, maybe they're just trying to confuse me with the question? It goes, Alfred, for whom a coffee chain is named.
You still play that every day, huh?
I'd always do the crossword every day.
Every day. So like Monday through.
Most days. Like Wednesday is like where I've been like, that's where it kind of starts stumping you. Or the Thursday. I did my first Friday last week, which was a great feeling.
Oh, if Friday's the hard, is that the hardest?
Yeah, it'll
day?
take me at least 2 hours, probably 2 hours to do it,
Ah.
but like throughout the day. But
Got it. Yeah.
Heath and I do connections, Wordle, and Contexto every day.
you play the same word every day or a different word?
For Wordle,
Yeah.
so Heath and I give him a letter, he gives me a letter to start with. Or I'll give him a word, he gives me a word, and we have to start with that. And then
Nice.
we just do it next to each other.
Fun.
There was somebody playing that game. Did you see it on TikTok where it was two girls? It was like they were trying to get from the one word to the next word. It was like Orin Julius and then Julius Caesar.
Oh, yeah.
Caesar
yeah.
salad.
Yeah,
Salad,
like
but-
password or you.
Yeah,
try to
I
get-
saw them playing and it looked fun.
Intro?
Yeah. All right, baby. Let's hit this intro.
Now I'm drinking coffee. First
Ooh.
time in a really long time.
Yeah.
It's coffee time, baby. Let's go.
Ow.
Welcome back to Zane and Heath Unfiltered. I'm Zane.
I'm Heath.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mariah.
And you are watching Zane and Heath Unfiltered. Welcome back. This is Monday. You are doing something. You are listening. You are exercising. You are working out. You are doing your homework. You are doing college classes.
Laundry.
You are working.
Imagine Zane as a Peloton coach.
You are moving your body. I am so glad you are here today. You haven't paid your subscription yet. Please pay it so we can start the class.
Do you use your Peloton?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
You know why? Because when I took it from Ilya, it came without the shoes that come connect, so I wasn't able to use it.
So you never
the clip-in shoes.
The clip-in shoes.
You never bought the shoes?
No,
Oh.
no, but I still got to my goal.
Okay.
But yeah, there's just a Peloton sitting in my
I've
room.
always wanted just to take a Peloton class. Or like the people.
Yeah.
There's
Like a
all these
cycling
different
class.
personalities. I know that there's huge cult followings behind each one of them.
I want to do like a month course, like really stick to it and be consistent for a month and see like how I feel or like if it makes.
You know what I've always been attracted to, but like
Mariah?
yes,
That was very good.
like cycling, right?
Yeah.
Like you see people, they've got like their full fit on. They just look super into it. Like they get into a uniform, right? They've got like their number. They'll be alone. They got the helmet that slants back like this.
Yeah.
The Oakley's on.
It's a lifestyle.
And they're just in it. They got the headphones that wrap around
He
the ear.
is thinking gear. Like he's just like,
always.
do you want to do it,
I need
Heath,
to-
or do you just want to
Yes.
buy this stuff
The
to do it?
gadgets.
I
We're getting
love
there.
that stuff.
We're getting there, man. We're getting there.
And
You should be Inspector Gadget for Halloween. It's pretty good.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be fun. But I just like, I see them. I'm like, I respect that. Like, they're so into it, but it terrifies me to ride on the road on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems so dangerous.
You're putting a lot of trust in
Exactly,
drivers.
especially because like people out here, they do like canyon runs. Like they'll just go cycling
Oh, no.
through Topanga Canyon, go into Malibu, and I'm like, I've seen the way people drive, and it's so scary.
I would do, if I was a cyclist, I would be in Santa Barbara. Just those back roads where like
Yeah.
all the vineyards
Yes.
are, where there's hardly any cars around. That's the best cycling out there. But
I wonder
no way
what's
around here.
going through their head whenever they do go on like Laurel Canyon, they're riding the bike. In their head, are they like, I'm good, no one's gonna hit me? Like, what is the thought process? Because
There's gotta
it
be
is
Sometimes
fear.
it's like, this is my right. I have every right to be on a bike right here. So fuck you. Like
Yeah, they do. A lot of them
there
do
is a
have
lot
that
of
attitude, yeah.
Well, because they have to have that attitude because that's the only way
That's the only way they're gonna get through.
guts or
And
courage.
Matt, you're probably traumatized after you got hit by a bicyclist.
being hit by a cyclist
Right.
on a sidewalk.
Matt, I wish-
Get off the sidewalk. Get in the street.
But like I'm with you on that. But I'm like, when they're on the street, I'm like, get off the street, get on the sidewalk.
make more bike lanes. Make more bike
Right.
lanes.
There
There's
is
gotta
no
be-
bike lanes here. They're all over
It
New
depends
York
on
and
what neighborhood you're in.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, in Paris too, they're just like zoo. So
Yeah.
many people. Like with less than like 3 feet in front of the other
So
biker. Crazy.
good.
So crazy.
and those bikes, they have like really thin tires,
Yeah,
right?
like the road bikes.
They're just that good.
It's insane.
Do they have a bike race for Paris for the Olympics?
Well, they do the Tour de France.
But it's not. It's not.
I
has
do
nothing
think
to do with-
cycling is in the Olympics,
Yeah.
and it's also part of like the what are they called? Pentathlons.
Yeah.
Biking is totally part of
The
that.
games start in like 3 days.
Opening
no?
ceremony is in
26,
2
right?
days
2
from
days.
this. By the time this episode comes out, the opening ceremony will be. I can't wait for that opening ceremony.
Did you hear the rumor who it could be
like the
performing?
performer?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's think. Parisian. They usually it's in like Spice Girls came out when it was in London.
Think of just very iconic
British
international
singer. Pop star.
Spice Girls isn't like
Wait,
international.
pop star?
How dare you?
Yeah.
But they're French.
Pop star?
One person?
Yeah, it's a lady.
Are they
Classic.
50 years old?
Over 50.
Celine Dion.
Very
Bingo.
good.
Is she really?
That's the rumor.
How's she doing?
Wait, I heard.
Oh, I should ask.
it got bad.
Oh, you know who would know? My dad.
Text
He's
her.
there right now.
I thought she was
Leaked.
sick.
You heard it here first, folks.
Oh my god! I should call and be like, "Tell me everything you know about the Olympics."
And did you hear that Snoop Dogg is holding the torch?
Is he really? Wait, for bringing it in? Is he going to like light up
torch
one?
bearer,
He's
the
gonna
torch
be like,
bearer.
100%.
They can't do that. That's
well,
crazy.
The torch is already probably right now being passed. Don't they go like across the country and do a huge long path for weeks at a time
Lightning Larry Luciano.
until it comes in and they bring it in?
Yeah.
I remember like Muhammad Ali brought it in like
I got to see the
2000.
opening ceremony for the London Olympics 2011.
Wow.
When I worked for Coke.
With Kenneth Branagh was like out there like.
And it was like when
So
you're
you saw the Spice Girls?
was it the Spice Girls that were performing there?
Yeah.
I
And
must
like
have not
Russell
known them.
Brand was
I
doing
honestly
shit.
must have not known them when I was there.
Did you see that esports is going to be in the Olympics too?
There is gaming like
Yeah, they're. I think they just made the vote like today. For
Oh,
it.
it's about time.
but yeah, but that's
I
kind
don't
of
know if it's going
strange.
to be for
like
this one or
using-
for the next one.
The Olympic esports is like a separate Olympic event. It's going to be in Saudi Arabia in 2025. So it's like the Winter Olympics, Summer Olympics, and then the esports Olympics.
Esports Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Cool.
Call it Olympics.
Oh,
Very good.
there we go.
That's so good.
Yeah, tap that. All the surfers, because now surfing's in it this year, they are not going to be surfing in Paris because you can't. I don't think you can.
Yeah,
surf
you
it.
can in the river.
But they're going to be. Is it Tahiti or it's where the French Polynesia is? Because I think France still, like, I guess, owns it. But that's where all of those Olympians are going to be. Is the surfing one? But those waves are fucking
They're
insane.
unbelievably.
How?
I don't get it. Surfing is so cool.
It's one of the most
also-
miraculous like
But
sports
also,
ever.
I feel like it's kind of not fair. Like there is no constant, right?
Yeah,
like
you're
you
getting
can have a
different-
different wave than somebody else can. It could be right.
Yeah, you have to like just trust that the wave
Like-
gods are going to give you
Yeah.
just a
You're like,
perfect
come on.
wave. But I guess you get the whole wave yourself, right? Because during a competition, you don't have to deal
Yeah.
with any like traffic and shit. That's crazy with surfers. Like one, you have to go out there and trust that no other surfers are going to be in your way.
Exactly.
Too.
And that's why they should build a giant ass wave pool where every giant tsunami wave is
they
the
have
same.
one of
They
the
What's like the biggest
not
wave pool?
indoor, but they
Surf
have the machine.
ranches.
Yes,
It's
I
like
know they
almost-
have that. There's one out in what Santa
out here.
Oh, yeah. Those things with those surf ranches, though, is that, every single time, just for them to make one wave, it has to get reset.
Yeah.
It's a whole locomotive thing that goes all the way back. You better
It
fucking nail it,
is.
because who's ever paying for that little birthday party is like, you better hit those fucking waves. This is money,
And you know,
guys.
my turn.
How much money is like each wave?
It's very expensive to
oh
to
my
go there.
To
God.
rent the whole place out. Yeah. And you're just your friends watching you bail on that wave. Just.
Have you
oh.
ever done like the cheap ones that are like cruise ship type waves?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
you're on that little boogie board and you're just water up the face.
And they put a whole stand and
Yes.
risers of people just to sit there and watch you fall.
Oh boy,
And just seeing those ladies just making.
just legs up on their back.
I did
And
one
you
of
as a
those. They're
kid-
really hard.
and
It's so tough.
And as a kid, you would wait a fucking hour in that line, thinking you were gonna get out there and be Johnny fucking Tsunami.
Yes.
And you get out there and you go,
Now you go and it pulls you off the back of it. Like you always end up going off the back.
you can't even you get right down there, and go yeah.
Waiting for a water ride is the most embarrassing thing.
Or like rapids,
Like
you
you're-
got to carry that tube up 20
You're-
flights of stairs.
Your bathing suit's like dripping.
Or they got-
and then you get up there and they're like, wait.
It's
Hold on,
And
I'll
your
tell
heart
you
is
when.
pounding. You're like,
I'll tell you when.
Did you see the lady that how they always have somebody up there like making sure people go
You're
one by
in like
one?
the little waiting pool, and
Yeah.
they're just like,
And so the lady gets like it was one of those water sites where it's like a big tube. It's like those raft rides.
Yeah.
Right? So she pushes them down and she like slips and just slides down with them.
No.
And the girl filming, she's like, well, now we gotta wait for her to come back out. Like having to wait a full 15, 20 minutes and hold up an entire line in the like. People, you don't have sunscreen on you the whole time. Like, be just waiting out there in a line like that out in the sun is terrible.
well, I bet I mean, I want to think that, but I want to think that the lifeguard was like, "Oh shit," and was just like, "Excuse me," and got all the way. Wait, you're talking about the lifeguard?
Not the lifeguard. It was the person that's in control at the top of the slide
that pushes you down. They are a lifeguard. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are. No, they're in special uniforms. They're all.
That would be a fun job. I don't have to watch out for anybody drowning. I just push people down a slide. Yeah.
You know what? They're having a good time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shoes to fill. Like to be a lifeguard. You know what I mean? Like,
being a lifeguard,
getting a kid out of the water. That's the easy part. Now, imagine the kid, the kid is just not breathing. Imagine just not being fully certified.
Did everybody think that they were going to be a lifeguard at one point?
Yeah,
like I remember being like 13, and I was like, I'm almost there.
You would go to the pool and you would see those other teenagers hanging out.
So cool.
My God.
And they all looked so cool. People were dating other people. They're hanging out, eating chips, having some sodas in the back.
I just thought everybody had to be a lifeguard at some point. Like,
Yeah.
a
it was
few
like a
more
community
years.
service.
My brother was a lifeguard for a long time, and he was just like that cool guy. He had the long blonde hair, and I just remember, being like the little brother, just being like, damn, I want to do that too.
How long is the course that you have to take to become a lifeguard?
I think it's like 2 weeks.
Really?
Probably set up like a fake person drowning.
You
have
gotta
to swim out to
go
that.
get a dummy from the bottom of the pool.
Yeah.
Swim up with
Yeah.
it.
There's definitely some like skills. They have. I bet they come right before the pool opens, but every day
I'm gonna apply to be a
life.
lifeguard for a week and just.
You look like a lifeguard.
Oh, Zane, you would be a great lifeguard.
Imagine just a shit ton of sunscreen on my nose. I think I got it.
The zinc.
They always did that, huh? Why on their nose only?
I think the nose one is like the worst
Sensitive.
place. It's the most sensitive part.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's always like you have so much pores
Beet
and
red.
like oils
Mine
coming
is
out
my
of your
shoulders.
nose.
My shoulders and my neck. The
Well,
back of my
they're wearing t-shirts the majority of the time.
Not
And
in the
also,
movies.
depending like
not
also think
not
your-
in Baywatch.
your nose sticks out the furthest away from your entire face
Hat,
too,
yeah.
and you can wear a hat, but like I feel like the nose gets more exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then-
But for you, your back was the most exposed.
Never again.
Don't.
Well,
Never
he doesn't
again.
have it anymore.
I don't. I don't.
He's a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
But now it's like I really just can't be out in the sun anymore, or can I? But I would never. It's just I hate that now it's like happened and I know the consequence.
Matt, just get a rash guard.
Sure. What's a rash guard? Wait.
like a swim shirt.
Oh yeah. A
cute.
a rash guard. What like kit? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I could wear that.
Like when I was younger, I used to go to like an aquatics camp and it was all water based. And I was always shirtless, and we would go to like the beach a lot, and we would go on the boogie boards. And the boogie boards, it's a rough surface. They're not smooth. And I get my nipples were so chafed. I'm not joking. They're pink on the tip now because they've been rubbed raw so many times, and they would scab, and I would just have scabs on the tips of them.
Ooh, and salt water up in that
Yes.
too. Ooh.
Just memories,
Yeah.
Poor
Could
memories.
you skimboard? Were you guys skimboarders?
I mean, I
couldn't.
did on like, on little ways, but I wasn't good at it at all.
But there's also not too much to do, right? You do that whole running start, you slide it out in front, you jump on it, and
there was people were good with it. Though.
Every time I did it, it was it would just hit that sand. I was like, I don't like this. I don't know.
I saw really good people.
But maybe
doing
those you
skin.
had to buy like a good skimboard. You'd buy the fucking gift shop skimboard.
Yeah.
and
That's all we had.
Just like
like Juke Squad, he can skimboard.
who the hell?
Really
Who the
well.
hell's
Who's
Juke
Juke
Squad?
Squad?
You don't know Juke Squad?
No.
Is this
Is
a
it-
guy's name?
Do you know Tifu?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
gamer.
Yes, his brother is a really famous YouTuber and was like bigger before Tifu.
Oh yeah, he definitely skimboards.
Oh yeah.
I think he invented
But
skimboarding.
yeah, that's Tifu's brother.
He also murdered that guy with the axe.
Bam! Wham!
Bam,
What
bam.
is it?
You know, there's a documentary
jail.
about that kid. They
I
put
know.
one out, I think, on Netflix.
What was
I want to
his
watch it.
name? Yeah, no. I
But
think
you
he's
know
in
why
jail.
they made that, right?
Well, he saved somebody's life, and then he ended up being like an axe murderer.
Well, he hacked the person up to like save a life, and then like shortly after actually murdered somebody else for no reason.
crazy.
Yeah, he like stayed. He was staying with some elderly like guy, I think, and killed him.
Killed an elderly guy. I wonder what he did or said to him.
I don't know. The whole documentary explains it. Did you hear that girl got found down in
Yes,
Monterey?
I just saw
Allison.
that was where I
like-
used to work.
Allison Chow. Yeah, 15-year-old girl down in was it Monterey Park? I think.
Monterey Park.
Yes, and she was going to go visit her grandmother.
Her aunt.
Okay.
Her aunt. Well, okay, yeah, maybe it was her aunt. I know. Well,
Something. Doesn't
she
matter.
The sources here are factual.
straight A student. went on the bike, did not arrive at her destination.
No record of running away. Because when you report a teenager missing, they don't put it in the system right away because they always say they're a runaway, which sucks.
That is crazy.
It was all over my feed.
Over.
All over. I was trying to figure it out.
The exact radius and like following her whole path. Now that so many people have ring cams. And
they saw all the ring cameras and they showed which path that she took and which path she normally takes, and she didn't take the one she normally took.
How long was she missing again?
So now I think it was 4 days, but she was just found today. And there's more to the story.
Where?
Well, she went straight to the ABC Glendale office, and like a reporter was like outside was like, "Are you Allison Chow?" She's like, "I am." And now they contacted authorities, and now she
wait. Why did she go straight to a news station?
So apparently, so right now her brother or one of her good friends has spoken. Her aunt is speaking, and they're like, "Please listen to her and listen to her story." Apparently, her mother is not the best mother and was apparently, I don't want to say abusive. The story right now is just coming out. We have not heard her story, but by now when this episode comes out, it'll fully be there. But all her aunt and her friend were just like, please listen to her story. Her mother is not a good woman, has been abusive. And I think her mother wanted to like maybe institutionalize her or put her away. And so this was like a runaway.
Yeah.
I want to make a statement. And I feel like that's why she arrived at the news station, was like, I want to make a statement. But
straight to the
poor 15-year-old girl was like,
yeah.
But like, they're not going to let you make a statement if you've been missing for that many days without talking to the cops.
Where was she for the 4 days?
We don't know yet. And by the time this comes out, we'll probably will.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but thank goodness, because I was so scared about it. I was like, this girl just straight up vanished. Yeah. And thankfully she's been found, and there's going to be more to the story.
That's great. And this happened, you said, around your an area you know? That's why you saw.
Yeah, that's where I used to live.
Oh, okay. I think every person should be required to have a ring camera outside their house.
Really?
A camera like that.
But some people say then you're making it a police state. People have like the right to their own privacy. And what does that ring camera face? Sometimes our ring camera faces our neighbor's door. Our neighbors are totally cool with it. They love having the ring camera there. But sometimes I'm like, what if I had a neighbor who's just like, you cannot point that ring camera at my door. You can't know who I'm having over at all times.
That I understand. I think more so for the street, I think it could solve so many missing persons cases. I feel like every single missing persons case, if you had a camera just at every corner of a street, like you couldn't possibly not find them if everybody had theirs turned on.
Mm-hmm. It's a
I would
door to door and just keep.
I would contribute to that as a citizen to make sure that anybody that was missing would be found.
Bold claims,
Yeah.
No, I would love that. I would like that at least for all traffic intersections. Yeah.
Or I thought they do.
And a lot do, but yeah. I know that like Europe has tons of them.
Even so, they still can't find a lot of people when they follow them on all the shadow cameras.
I know.
Which is crazy.
It is very scary. But glad the girl was found.
Yeah, that's good.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, Rocket Money.
All right, let's be for real. How closely do you track your bank statements and credit card history, Heath?
Not very often.
Exactly. Are you combing through every single charge on a regular basis, or just assume everything is fine until you notice something weird?
Yeah, pretty much.
Honestly, we don't have time to watch our accounts that closely. But now that we're using Rocket Money, it does all that for us, so we don't have to worry about it.
With Rocket Money, we have full control over our subscriptions and a clear view of our expenses.
Exactly. We can see all of our subscriptions in one place, and if we see something we don't want, Rocket Money can help us cancel with just a few taps.
And I personally love how the dashboard shows me this month's spending compared to last month's, so I can clearly see my spending habits. Plus, they'll help me create a custom budget and keep my spending on track.
Exactly. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you by up to 20%. All you got to do is submit a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. They'll even deal with customer service for you.
Honestly, my favorite feature of Rocket Money is that it lets you know if there's a price increase in a subscription. Most of the time, these companies, they'll just randomly jack the price up 1 month. They don't give you any alert. They don't let you know, but Rocket Money will let you know if they see a bill go up.
Honestly, that's my favorite part. I always have like editing apps that I just forget to cancel all the time, and they're charging me monthly. And even if they delete the app, it will still charge you monthly, which is such a scam. It doesn't make sense, but Rocket Money is there to save the day. like always.
Exactly, and they're not just saving your day. They've saved over 5 million users' day, and they've saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features.
That's insane. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
That's right, baby. rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
One more time so you don't forget. That's rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
Thank you so much, Rocket Money, for saving our day, saving our money, and everybody watching. We love you.
A true superhero.
Do you know cow tipping isn't real?
Can you repeat that one more time? Sorry.
Cow tipping is a myth. So you know what cow tipping is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you go out on the farm at night and you'll get around and you push a cow over. I thought this was a thing that people in the country do. And apparently
Sounds like a myth.
This isn't true because of the movie like Tommy Boy and maybe like Joe Dirt. There were these movies that had these cow tipping scenes that spread it thinking that this was like a norm. It's really physically impossible to push a cow, especially one person. It would take 3,000 newtons for to tip over a cow. One person, a human body can only exert 600 newtons. So you would have to have at least 5 or 8 people to push this cow over. One cow can kick sideways. So you're going to get kicked.
And hope it's not waking up as you're doing it.
Right. And cows also, they do nap lightly standing up, and cows will nap sleeping down occasionally, but not for very long. But they're they're not that deeply asleep. And what was it? Also, a cow can just widen its stance, and then that's even adding a whole other thousands of newtons onto the force. Right. And they said there's hardly any videos of someone ever tipping over a cow, and if it is, it's with ropes. So it's like...
And can we just can we say that this is actually really mean?
Yeah.
It's just not nice.
I wonder how many people...
To push a cow sleeping.
It's kind of a good question to spot just a fucking liar. Just have any of you guys ever been cow tipping? Oh, yeah, I sure have. I was with me and my friends, and we pushed that shit over. Didn't happen.
Yeah, how many friends?
Because it's impossible.
That's a good... that's a
great party.
You know that friend who just has a fucking story for fucking everything? And they're just you can just tell the fucking lie and be like...
The next time I see Matt drunk at a party, I ask him, he goes, yeah.
Me? No.
No, I just say the question to you at a party in a month.
I remember I was in college and there was a dude who was like, yeah, man, I just went base jumping one time. I'm like, you went base jumping? You went fucking base jumping? He's like, yeah, man. Yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was like, we just fucking did it that day. And I'm like, I go, do you have any pictures of this day you went?
Nah, we were just in the moment, man. That's the best part about base jumping. You just get out there, no camera.
And I was like, how did you base jump for the first time? And not once you were like, can we get a fucking photo?
That is crazy that people lie like that. And it's not one time. If you're lying like that, you're lying like that consistently.
All the time, yeah.
That is...
You're a narcoleptic liar.
How do you keep up with it?
Yeah.
You ever around that friend who's like a liar, and then you just look right at your friend and they're lying, and you're like...
Oh, please.
Didn't happen, but I can't call liars
Base jumping
out.
is a crazy thing to just lie about.
Yeah.
Do a little bit more, something a little bit more doable.
I would be like, I'm going tomorrow. Do you want to come?
That's really good.
I'm really nervous. Can you go first?
Ooh, what pissed me off, everyone in that room, and that kid said he base jumped. Everyone bought it, and I start asking the questions, and they're like, damn, Matt kind of has a point. Yeah. Where are the fucking photos, dude?
There's no way he did this.
Not even skydiving. Base jumping. That is, I think.
We had that friend in high school, too. He, one time he said he went to a Mac Miller concert and went backstage. And smoked weed with Mac Miller and Snoop Dogg.
Heath, why have I heard this story? This sounds really...
I don't know if I've told it on this podcast before, but you know who he is.
Okay.
He said he went back there and started smoking with them. They invited him and he's hitting the blunt and everything. I'm like, oh my God, do you have any pictures? He was like, yeah. So he pulled out his phone and he was showing me the pictures. And it was the one, if you go on Google and you type in Mac Miller and Snoop Dogg. And I was like, whoa, that's so crazy. So I pulled it up and I was like, how is this photo already online? And he was like, I don't know. I posted it and
I remember that story in school. I remember somebody telling me that story and showing me that picture.
It was that picture.
That's the picture. That's the picture.
Wait, he claimed he took this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was there with them and he was smoking it with them.
That is hysterical.
But it
my
was
gosh.
every day.
You know, they'll take it on Instagram picture, like the app.
Oh
I'm also
my
pretty
God.
Yeah, with the
positive.
Nashville filter or whatever on Instagram.
I'm pretty positive that's the kid that broke in and robbed my house too.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Because the day before we got robbed, he would walk home with me. This is crazy. The day before we got robbed, he walked home with me, and I had forgot my keys. So I was like, "Oh man, I don't know how to get in." And I was like, "Oh my, the front window.
Oh,
You can
shit.
slide it up, like because it was like a broken window." So I popped the screen out, slid it up, climbed in, and he climbed in behind me.
And he knew.
That's it.
The next day, I go to walk home, and he wasn't at school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I walk home, and that sliding window is up.
What?
Oh, it's definitely
Damn.
him. Yeah,
And I was
definitely.
like, this is so weird. So I walk in, the whole house is wiped.
Wait,
Everything
Heath,
gone.
this is your parents' house?
Yes.
Did you tell us this?
You
like,
never,
years
Heath,
ago,
you've
or-
never said this
I
story.
think I've talked about my house getting robbed before, but
Because
not
my
about
house got robbed, and I think we both
Yeah.
shared. Maybe this is years ago,
not about
so it's
like
fine.
that.
yeah.
I know. I think this kid is the one that did it.
Oh my God, Heath.
But yeah, the next day, dude, it's like
he took your
Did they
parents'
ever-
wedding rings.
he took everything.
yeah,
No.
like
When
all
the
the
cops-
electronics.
Oh,
Sorry. Did it not take you until like months later to be like, oh shit, maybe it was him? Or in the moment were you like,
In the moment, I didn't think it was because he was like one of my best friends at the time.
Heath, I'm so sorry. The whole wedding ring scenario is. I thought that was a different kid.
No, that was another kid that stole his best friend's mom's wedding
so
ring.
this is not the same as yours.
when he was staying at their house. But this kid broke into my house, stole all the TVs, stole like all the jewelry, stole everything.
I really hope someone's gonna go back to like episode 5 and show me the clip of me. Like, no way. I've genuinely,
it's
my
okay.
brain does not remember this story. This is like crazy.
Yeah.
it
This,
was
I feel
years
like the
ago.
Yeah,
Me
they-
too. Yeah.
You heard the story?
It sounds a little familiar, like the side door thing. Do you remember when I told you that my house got robbed? When I was a
Yeah.
kid? Yeah, okay.
But it's also weird, like, if somebody was going to rob a house, they're not going to go through the front, like, literally next to my front door. Like, you would try to be sneaky, go around the back, pop something, like a back window or something. You're not breaking through the front of a house.
Yeah.
Like, it's not...
just wait a couple weeks. Damn. Like, let's use our brain a little bit. If you just went in,
Yeah.
she showed you a secret way to get into your house.
Also, at the time, this is crazy. Air it out. You know what? I'm
Air
going
it,
to talk about it
yeah.
because this shit is wild. So that kid that I think robbed the house, his sister was dating my brother at
Okay.
the time.
Yeah.
So my brother was letting her use his car, and that kid borrowed it from his my brother's girlfriend,
Inside job.
wrecked the car, and then went and took it to Cash for Junk Cars and pocketed the money.
What?
How much?
It was
Yeah.
like $500.
Oh
But
my
like,
Wait, but then what did he say?
gosh.
Where did the car go?
it was just a really awkward situation where my brother was like, I don't even know what to do right now. Like, he was just like so in shock, I guess.
Oh God, I would get the
Imagine
cops
the
involved.
other shit that this kid was doing.
Oh,
Like,
I'm
other
sh-
than that, that's
I'm sure it was a
wild.
lot.
I bet if you think back, you could probably put pieces together from other situations that happened. And you're like, oh, that was
It
definitely.
sucks that that was a friend too.
Crazy.
And there's other situations like that other kid too. Like it's so crazy how like so you can be so close with somebody and they are just stealing.
Where's
so-
he at now?
Yeah, do you ever
Mariah,
check in?
check the
I
Fort
was just
Lauderdale
gonna
inmate. Check
Do you
the
ever
inmate
check in
database.
on him?
He's a wannabe DJ, I think.
Perfect.
Oh man, there are some kids I grew up with where I'm always like, I know they're in and out of jail, and I'm always like Googling every 3 or 4 months, like, are they out? Are they
Yeah,
back
like,
in
whatever
it?
happened to them?
I'm just, I hope they get help, but I'm also just so curious, are they back in it? Because some people just, like, if you've been arrested like 4 or 5 times, like, I think you have a problem. Maybe.
Yeah,
That's how it was in Florida, man. That was just the lifestyle out there.
it was.
You had to like force yourself out of that situation, unless you had like really strict parents. Again, like Heath and I, we had very strict parents, so it was very easy for us not to be like wrapped up in that lifestyle. But man, 85% of the kids we were around, like in school,
It is kind of fun though when like a friend says, "Hey, can you break into my house for me?" Like, you have to help a friend out, but they're allowing you to break into the house.
I think we had Jordan do that.
At our old house, yeah.
I
It's always the
love
most-
being asked like, "Oh, tell me
Yes.
where's the back windows loose," and I get to just do it, and I
you get to play the
You-
part for the day.
Yeah.
And you almost want to get caught, so you will be like, "Tell them I could have broken in here." See,
No. My goal is to not get caught because I want to make it like feel real, right? So like you're really trying to not get caught by the neighbors.
Yeah.
You like never know too, because like when you're in your own house, you're never looking out the window to see like what's going on in the neighbors, but you just feel like all eyes on you when you're like in a certain like neighborhood and you're walking. You're like, oh, these windows must be.
I'm always trying to keep my ear out for if someone's just like, help, or like you get like, just in Panic Room where they're just trying to get that neighbor's attention and they're like have the flashlight in a pipe and it's like someone signaling to me SOS and I'm not picking
just
it
eyes
up.
peeled. Yeah, that's good, man.
You know, like in Stranger Things where they're like, oh my gosh, Will, he's in the upside down. I would be just like, stupid lamp. I'd be unplugging that goes, something's up with that. I don't know. Like, I would just be dismissing any like.
No, I'm surprised they haven't come up with like a Stranger Things like parody movie. You know, like Scary Movie?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't come up with a new one where it's like really popular movies.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I bet they're working on a new Scary Movie right now.
Yay.
Yeah. But I think some people are like...
They have been getting worse, though.
Some people are like up in arms, like Anna Faris like isn't in it. And they're like, no, we want the original cast. I don't want to see...
Wait, she's not going to be in it?
This is like some TikTok stuff that I saw
you
very
need her
early
and
on.
Brenda.
Oh, Mariah, did you see the clip I sent you of the BTS Freaky Friday too?
Yes.
Well, it looked good. Like they were both dressed up really like
cool.
So they're definitely filming it.
I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but I think one of the craziest, like, being around a film spot and a location is that we lived on the street where they shot Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I remember that. They had the giant crane at night.
So for the people who don't know, in the movie, I'm not spoiling anything, Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio live in a house right next to Roman Polanski and Sharon Tate. And it's at the end of a cul-de-sac. We lived on that street. And this isn't like a huge, long street where there's a cul-de-sac. No, we could walk right down to that cul-de-sac.
It was like 6 houses down, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was on Altaview Drive.
And we would get the notification that they were filming Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And at first I thought this was like, I even thought it was a David prank at first, where like a Quentin Tarantino movie is being shot and they're trying to like, I thought some bit was going down. But yeah, they would block up that street, and it was like a film set, but we would have to be like, we live here.
Yeah, I remember that lady came down, and we're because usually you can't find anybody to talk to her. Usually people are like, no, like, you know, leave us alone, we're working. Yeah. But the lady was so like...
It's like, they're shooting in the backyard right now.
They're shooting the new movie with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah, Brad was real nice.
The perfect person to try to like get some like inside scoop from. She was so excited. She was just like, oh, yeah, you know, it's Hollywood. You know, they're using my house.
But that is now like an iconic film. Yeah. And just knowing that we were right there.
So sick. We even saw, remember we went, the house was up for sale for rent. So we went inside. We're like, oh, my God.
The house where like the final pool scene, I'm not going to spoil anything, but that whole, we almost considered moving in it. That would have been for that.
Cool. Like, that's a cool story.
It was so old. I remember they were wanting to charge like $10,000.
It was a lot of money. But also, it did have like a spooky vibe to it. And I think knowing that,
it wasn't updated at all.
Yeah, it kind of freaked us out a little bit too. Because I would think about like the like, you know, Manson. What's his name?
Yeah, Charles Manson.
Charles Manson. Yeah, I would like think about him a lot if I was living there. So
I need to stop drinking this. Can you put this away from me? Just because I realize it's like 10 o'clock at night and I don't want to.
So we'll get your juices flowing, baby.
Because we're going to Malibu tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
Let's go ride around the new Hummers.
Yeah, I was gonna go,
excited.
but I didn't have a girl to
invite.
Yeah, I was gonna go. I just didn't have a invite.
No, I got invited. They're like, Zane, you want to come? I was like, who am I gonna go with? Who am I gonna go with? I wish it was on a weekend, not like a Wednesday, Thursday. I was like, damn.
Hummer invited us for a staycation in Malibu where we get to go test drive the new EV Hummer.
Mm-hmm. I'm so excited because it crab walks.
Yeah, I want to see that. I'm just scared, like,
it.
they're giving me a key or some car, and I'm just worried I would do something wrong, and they're like, well, thank you guys for coming.
I'd be so scared to just get a scratch or even curb rash.
I don't want to go down the PCH in the thing, though. Like, could we just go around a parking lot, around some cones?
Yeah,
I want to cruise.
Like, no liability. But I'm sure if something happens, like, it's okay, right? That's how they usually set those things up?
I don't know. I always think about that with, like, rental cars or, you know, you get a loaner car. If something happens, I think, you know how they say the fastest car is a rental? Like, it's just like a silly little saying because everybody, you just drive it crazy because it's a rental car. It's not yours.
Right.
I feel like it's the opposite.
I was just gonna say I do not feel that at all.
I am terrified when I have a rental car.
Yeah, you're so
careful.
used to like different buttons, blind spots. It's always just
It's hard to drive fast in a new car. I don't know how people can like drive so confidently and like fast and just like reckless in like a brand new car. Like just getting in a car
Like
that
people
they're not.
will rent like a Mustang or something and just like floor it and just like drive incredibly fast.
Yeah.
If something happens, I would feel like it's scarier if you do it in a rental than if you crash your own car.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully you have the right.
Why
coverage.
require? I mean, ever since that like that Vegas thing where they're like the charge was $300, it's probably the same thing with rental cars. It's like if something happens, they're just like just pay $300, and they probably have like crazy insurance on those cars,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would imagine so.
I think they
They
need
want
to
you to
in
get
order
in a
to
wreck.
open up a rental.
But yeah, but it depends. If you have a good credit card, make sure it has rental car coverage. And
Yeah.
then with that, you're in.
They
really
have
good
to though.
hands.
It's, in order to stay open or like be a running business, they have to have insurance like that. in
Or
order
they
to-
want you to bring it empty so they can charge you extra for their gas, all of
yeah.
that. And the last rental car, actually past two I've gotten. One I got in smelled like cigarettes.
Me too. My last rental
So
car.
what's up with this? So I got in, I'm like, whoever had this before smoked cigarettes in it. But I was also concerned, I'm not going to drive this off the lot. I'm cool with it. I wanted the fucking car. I didn't want to have to give me another one. But I just wanted you guys to know that this smells like cigarettes and I want you to write it down because I don't want to drive this to my new location. And they're like, you smoked. And I'm like, no, I didn't.
That is interesting that they don't give you some sort of slip or something that says make sure to give this to.
But I want to know
Wherever
who
you're
the
going
fuck
next.
rolls up. Like, one, why are you smoking in a rental car?
Yeah, and they're
You're going to get fined.
They're
It's like-
obviously being charged for it. Yeah, like they're not going back not being fined.
That
for it.
wasn't
You
me.
always get fined.
like, this smells like smoke.
Unless they do it on purpose so they can charge every single person that rents it out unless they get called out for it.
No, that's fucked up. If you got charged for smoking cigarettes in your car and you know you didn't smoke a cigarette in the car,
But they'd be like, there's no proof.
I would be like, then talk to my fucking lawyer. Like that. There's no. If someone was like looking at me behind a glass, going, no proof, charge. And then I got in another rental car, hint of cigarette smoke, and I'm like, who are these smokers?
There's a no smoking rule in rental cars, right?
There's always that sticker, but what's the fine? Why do I think it's $50? And then
They're probably just like, screw it. You know what? Yeah, I'll pay the fee.
yeah. It's always like the ones, and actually every time I've gotten a rental car and I'm dropping it off at a different location, that's always the smoking car. The ones that I have to like pick up and drop back off.
What's crazy though is being a smoker and getting into a car where somebody that does like won't let you smoke.
Yeah. Oh.
It's the worst. Like getting a rental car as a smoker and you can't smoke in it, it's like I'm not even gonna drive. Because like I remember back in like as soon as I'd get into my car, just immediately
Yeah.
light up.
Someone's like, "Can you not smoke in here?"
On the streets of Florida, man, that felt good.
It was the best thing in the
It
world.
really was.
I haven't smoked a cig in a car in a while.
Something about it.
Same.
There's nothing. Oh, we got a long drive ahead of you. No, got a couple cigs in.
I did it a couple times in my Lambo.
Did you really?
Yeah, a couple
Whoa,
times. I did. I was really careful. Careful.
Oh, I was careful.
I was careful.
Damn, I've always wanted to use the ashtray in a car too.
Oh yeah.
Just a
Oh
little-
yeah, how like when was the last time that they put ashtrays in cars, or they still put them in cars?
Your
Some
G-Wagon
still
had
do.
ashtrays.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. Even in the back seats on the sides, there were.
You know what's
Ashtray.
really crazy? The new Range Rover, like the big body one, in the back seat in the armrest is a little tiny mirror like this big.
For
For
cocaine.
drugs?
Yep. And they're like,
No
they
way.
know their demographic. And I think it's crazy that they put it in, but you're also like
In the Defender?
in the Range Rover, the big body range.
Wait, so
Oh,
it's
that's
like what is it?
In the armrest, you open it up and it's this little like almost like a little tablet type thing that's just a mirror. And you could pop it out and everybody like there's mirrors that flip down. There's
Because people
mirrors
are
everywhere
always
like
doing coke.
in the
on
back, like
It's just a crazy thing to put in the car. But it's like an unspoken thing, right?
Yes, it's
Anybody that
unspoken.
doesn't do it, they're going to be like, "Oh, okay,
it's
a
a vanity
mirror.
mirror."
It's a vanity mirror."
but like people that know would be like, it's so interesting.
It's sick, right, Mariah?
Sign me up.
They know their demographic. Wow, that G wagons are really are douchebag cars, huh?
Range Rover.
And that's what I said, and I was testing you.
We were talking about ashtrays and G-Wagons. Yours had ashtrays in the G-Wagons. He said the real boxy Range Rover.
You know how often I rewatch podcasts that I'm in and realize how much shit I miss when I'm being talked to. that they're like telling me.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
And and I rewatch. I'm like, oh my God, how did I miss that? and I'll answer the question, not answering the question, but saying something completely off of the question that they asked me.
Yeah.
But I hear as clear as day when I'm watching it for the first time. It's crazy how my brain cannot capture that.
I think at the moment you're just thinking about the next thing.
It's terrible.
It's all right. Do you guys want to talk about the
New tattoo that I got?
Well, you don't even know where it is.
He's like,
Where'd it go?
Oh my, Zane, that's bad.
I've gone full.
It's all right. It's all right. Show it off. Show it off.
So
Show
I got
us.
my new member last episode. I was getting a tattoo right after. I got it. It's my House of the Dragon Game of Thrones tattoo. It's
Zane has never
it's
gotten an
forearm.
arm tattoo
It's
yet.
beautiful.
First arm tat.
Yeah. I saw a comment. This one really hit me. It's only because it's the only tattoo. There's only one tattoo on my arm, but someone said it looks like a like a rash. Like I
Like you got a boo boo.
yeah. Like
Or like you
I got it
brushed up against paint.
Yeah, I got into a motorcycle accident. I scraped the road and I got up and
Like tar.
it's just not healed yet. Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I said it looks like?
Oh my, you're gonna die when he says this. Okay, look at it.
Okay.
Look at it. All right, Matt.
I said it looked like. I said it looks like the Emerald City.
Oh wow.
Mariah, pull up
my.
Emerald City. Like
You're gonna die. The circle around the.
Wait.
That's really
like the circles
funny.
around it.
Oh,
That's really funny.
it does.
And then I was like, oh, you should add a dragon, like flying dragon. And someone's, but I'm like, wait, someone's
Flying
gonna be
monkeys?
like, someone's gonna be like, oh, flying monkey. You really are a fan. Excited for the new Wicked movie? Follow the Yellow Brick Road.
Wow.
But I think it looks really cool.
It's fine. No. The thing is that I don't get like it's just to me it's just like a tattoo. I have so many bad ones where like I don't care.
Yeah. No.
you get into a fight and the guy you're fighting is like, is that?
Is that Emerald City?
Emerald City.
But yeah, I mean, look. At the
it's
end of the
dope.
day, I love it. I can't wait to cover my whole body.
I thought you were going to say cover it. I love it. I can't wait to cover it.
Zane thinks that's how tattoos work. Like you just keep covering.
Covering it up bit by bit.
But I know you said you wanted to add to it. Do you know what you want to add yet or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
I could have answered that.
Have you seen that trend of like twins who are being revealed who's the oldest on their 18th birthday?
That's actually really cute.
That is kind of fun. You don't like
Yeah.
because you know how twins are always like, who's older? I'm older. I'm
Yeah.
this. Wait until you're 18. We're
Just
gonna
sit on
tell
it.
you.
Their parents kept it a secret until their 18th birthday.
That's cool.
And then I feel like they did like a fireworks show to reveal it. I didn't
Yeah,
see
I
what they
saw
were
that
looking
one.
at.
The two rich twins or whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
daddy was
yeah.
spinning big on that.
Did it say it? Like I didn't see
They
what they
picked
were
the
looking
color.
at.
They picked the
I
color.
thought it like said their name. I'm like, there's no way.
I went down the comments because
Okay.
I was also like a little confused. I'm like, what does the fucking fireworks
Yeah, you
say?
can see their reaction, and they're looking at the sky. I'm like, was it a rocket?
I'm gonna do a drone show for my twin kids.
Twin kids.
I might have it, right? My mom had twins.
Yeah.
How's that work?
It runs in the family.
Runs in the family, right?
Yeah.
Or did she do in vitro? That's
No.
personal.
Easy, man.
Are those light up shoes?
Why do you have light up shoes?
Wait, where do they,
They
light
came
up?
like
just
that.
the just the
tongue.
tongues?
They're
That is
LA
cool.
Gears. They brought LA Gears back.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They're LA Gears?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Do they have like the classic 90s one for like boys?
The one where you stomp it in the
I
bottom
actually
row.
The
don't know.
white, but it has like kind of that red.
Is that the
little-
one you were showing us on like Google Images that one day on the podcast? No,
Yeah, maybe. Oh, we did go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
maybe.
What else is
Oh,
new?
cool. And the shoes match exactly to your pants. Was that planned?
Yes, it was.
Would you say you're a big shoe like fanatic?
I wish I could buy more unique shoes that are just for like one occasion, but they're so damn expensive. I
They
can't get
are.
myself to do it. But in high school, I was a huge shoe fanatic. Like
Yeah.
every shoe had to match my shirt. Like
I just wish I was better about like routinely changing up my shoe. Like you keep them all in good condition, but you wear one a new one Monday, a new one Tuesday.
Yeah.
When I get a new shoe, I get so excited.
I wear
I'm like,
it
I
to
fucking
death.
love it. I'm
Yes.
wearing that everywhere.
I wear my shoes
and then
to
I'm like,
death.
done.
yeah.
And really cool shoes can make an entire outfit. You can wear something really simple, and if you have like dope shoes, it completes.
Yes.
It makes your outfit look really cool.
Do you ever? But it's kind of weird how like our memories, like we can't really remember all the shoes that we wore, but when you see a picture of yourself as like a kid and
like,
you see that pair of shoes, you're like, oh my gosh,
I was obsessed with those.
Shoes.
Yeah.
They don't stick in my mind very well, but when I see pictures of me in shoes at certain times of your life, you're like, damn, it all comes back.
I had Vans, Converses, and Etnies. That's all I had.
Etnies. Those were ginormous.
Are they still around? That look, though, I could never see someone with Etnies and be like 6 shoes.
Man, I wore giant skateboarder shoes, never skateboarded a day in my life. Like, these shoes were fat and you wore fat skateboarding shoes if you skateboarded.
Not a scrape on it.
Etnies.
Yeah, I had those too. That and the plaid shorts, man. Plaid shorts were it. I had the pink and black plaid, the green plaid.
Plaid shorts.
That was so
plaid
hot.
Was so
or
hot.
Madras, just like all the patches kind of too.
Man.
And there's no reason for it to be that hot either.
Plaid was it though.
And checkered. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm. Matt, did you see the cybersecurity catastrophe?
Yes, the CrowdStrike, is that the name of it? And Microsoft had a huge, there was I won't say called a blackout, but basically there was a new update with Microsoft and there was a bug in it and it caused a huge outage for all Microsoft computers.
Crazy.
So many flights were canceled, and even Delta, who runs all of it on Microsoft, they had to cancel over 4,000 flights. I feel like, was it on Sunday or Monday?
It's insane how so many different systems are run through Microsoft. And the fact that they all had the same blue screen is so crazy.
Oh, the blue screen of death.
Yeah.
They call it.
But
pretty fucking freaky.
Because it was supposed to like update overnight and there was a bug in the update.
Yeah.
And everything completely stopped. But it's crazy because like 911 operators, like the calls
that
were
affected
down.
them?
Yes, there's banks were down. People like it affected everything.
Was Zelle a part of it? Because there was like a couple days where Zelle was, I couldn't use Zelle.
I don't know, but a few stores that I walked into, they only took cash because they said because of this, like we're only taking cash.
It's just crazy
Just, like,
how
hit
much it
random
affected that
things.
one little update.
Can you imagine just the one guy who was like didn't fucking check the code?
Yeah, just one little.
Like, this was your part. What did you not do? He's like, you're fired.
What was, Jordan, what was that blood the blood transfer? They're trying to transfer blood through a flight, but they couldn't because
so the
flight
planes were down, so they couldn't. Like hospitals, people had like surgeries that they were supposed to have.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
That they couldn't go through with because of these. Like one of the planes was supposed to be carrying like all these like blood transfusion type cases, whatever. And they couldn't, so they had to emergency like get it on like a truck to try to drive it to these hospitals. Like it affected everything.
Holy shit.
Insane.
That's crazy how much we like take technology for granted, and one bug that just runs everything. There should just be like a fucking fail-safe if they realize, you know how you always were updating the software,
like a backup,
but we all have our memories backed up. Why can't a software be backed up underneath the
It's
new
just crazy
update?
that the whole thing just didn't work because of that.
Yeah.
Call me crazy.
Distracted
Here we
quickly
go.
from this.
What is it?
Nobody remembers Trump getting shot, huh?
Oh, this was all just to
Call me
divert
crazy.
attention. This
Not
was
to divert attention. I think it was a test.
to make all of these people not get home safely, to make the...
I think it was a test to see if they could shut this stuff down.
I mean, does it ever come out? Like whoever made this mistake, does it ever come out?
Yeah, the
What
CEO,
I don't know if
the
it's
CEO
like
talked about
the
it.
exact person, whoever was like completely behind it.
It would just be nice to like see a video. Like, imagine the guy that fucked up, right? He was just like, "Hey guys, so I want to show you exactly what I did. That was wrong." It almost like a vlog, right? It's like, all right, so like, I was in this system right here, and I did this, which shut everything. I don't know. Just
we all make mistakes.
Just give us
goofed.
It shows that everyone. It just shows a little humanity in the mistake. When you see something like this, it can look really scary to the public, right? You see this like, oh my god, all this shit shutting down. That like this many businesses having to die. It's a little scary, but just one simple video of one guy that made the mistake, we'll forgive you. You know.
Yeah, but some people are like, I spent hundreds of dollars just to get here. And now I'm at the airport and they canceled my flight. I have hotels that I cannot be refunded.
I get it.
Imagine being at the airport and all of the terminal arrival times is just blue
screen. So crazy.
My friend was at the airport.
Yeah, how long? She got delayed
She
till the
got
next
there
day?
at 9 p.m. and she didn't leave until like 5 p.m. the next day.
Shit.
Yeah.
Crazy. And they're not refunding people that had to get like hotels overnight because of these flights.
I think in a
That's
situation like this,
terrible.
it's really hard.
There'll be a huge lawsuit, though, I think, for everybody who is affected by the travel. 100%.
But so who do you sue? Because you can't sue like the airline for something like this, right?
There are probably law teams that are reaching out to everybody who was affected. Were you there when was your flight like affected by the crowd strike outage? Contact us now. You may be entitled to a lot of money.
But it's like a domino effect, right? So like everyone's suing the airlines while the airlines are suing this company while that company's suing that company. It's like a domino effect, right?
You can't sue me. I quit.
The CrowdStrike company does have a lot of protections in place protecting them from the liability of the cost that happened.
You can still sue though, right? I mean, those liabilities never really, they don't mean anything. You get like someone can always sue somebody, right?
They limit the liability. So if the airlines owe $8 billion from this day, they're only liable for like 1% of that. That's what is in the contract.
Right. It sucks when flights are delayed and when just your travel day does not go your way.
Yeah.
Your flight gets canceled, all this shit. I don't get videos where they are yelling at the flight attendant, or not the flight attendants, whoever's working the gate. Like, this person is not controlling whether your plane is going to take off or not. There's someone who is so high up the ladder, and you're personally getting mad at them. I understand that the situation is not going your way and you're angry, but it just baffles me why people think raising their voice and they're just going to get all up in arms with their pitchforks.
You saw the videos of people like having their meltdowns?
Tons. And if I'm there and I realize that this is not going to happen, and I grabbing my bags and I'm getting a fucking rental car and I'm finding some other way to get to my destination.
I think the people, I'm not taking their side at all. I think all the freakouts that we were seeing from certain people, it must have been like they were trying to get to a wedding or something really, really important where they had to be at a certain day. And like, you know, that could suck a lot. And
but yell at the ceiling or a wall. Don't like take it
I know,
out
to
on
show
somebody.
how small-minded people are.
Exactly.
Very small.
And it's in that situation, if I was in that situation and like I needed to get somewhere in a timely manner, I'm thinking worst case scenario, it was someone very close to me's like funeral that like I need to get on this flight today to make it, and it just fuels me, right? It's people yelling. I think people yelling know that they had nothing to do with it. They just feel like they need to yell at somebody.
Yeah.
It's not just to get it out.
It's not healthy. And it's just understanding your role in this massive bigger picture.
Yeah.
We're dealing with thousands and thousands of flights and all these different seats. You are a speck in this problem. Yeah. I understand maybe being pissed that you're planning a road trip.
Right, but look how many people are sitting around you.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's going through it.
Right. So it's just like,
you know what I would be doing? I'd be at the front, everyone's screaming. I'm like, you probably deal with so much of this shit. I'd be getting that first class ticket for the next flight.
It's crazy, right? Do you need anything?
I love your nails, by the way. Did anybody compliment those nails?
Just ignore them.
But a part of me would like to be the person that's just getting yelled at, knowing I have no say in anything. You know what? Actually, you are so right. Let's get you on the plane right now. Just go sit on the plane alone. The pilot will be right there.
We'll bring some snacks.
You know what? You can't even get in trouble for that, like for being sweet and like trying to be accommodating.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go in.
The only time I ever got really pissed, but I didn't vocalize it, but I'd never been more angry with an airline staff.
Ooh, tell us.
We were all waiting for the pilot to arrive. Pilot gets there. Pilot forgot his license.
What?
Oh.
His own your driver's license, but for the plane.
His pilot license.
That pissed me off. And we had to wait 1 or 2 hours for this pilot to go back home, get his whole fucking ID and come back.
They don't have like a understudy? What do you call it?
I can't remember if that happened, but it was a thing where he like had to go back and get his fucking, like, how do you just leave? Sorry, you're a pilot. You need to be checking off everything that's important.
Also, I'd be like, this guy is clearly not...
Maybe has it all together. What else is he
enough
forget?
right now to know you're showing up.
Does he even remember how to fly?
Exactly. Good point.
That's where
Speaking of, did you guys see the clip of the pilot that was wait.
He dreamt it.
No. I think this may have been a parody video.
It's a movie. Like we're like Zane. That's the movie Air Force One.
No, this may have been a parody. Oh my
Zane,
god.
that is Snakes on a Plane.
No.
Zane, that's
Oh
Flight
my
by
God.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, it was a parody video.
Zane, that's literally Final Destination.
Zane, that's Flight Plan with Jodie Foster.
Wait, what
That's
happened?
embarrassing.
I missed
No,
it.
it was a parody news channel thing, but I got it confused with
Oh, okay,
Something
okay.
real.
yeah.
Oh, I learned this like movie popcorn hack. So you know how like you can get like if you get like a large bucket, you can get a free refill.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
bring in a fucking big bag, dump the popcorn
Oh,
in, go back and get your free refill. So now you got 2 fucking huge things.
No,
of
Bring
popcorn.
my
a gallon
stomach
Ziploc.
hurts.
Yeah, I know. But if you had kids and stuff,
Yeah, that's
and you're
true.
like, you don't want to have to split it up. You
But
just
if it's the same concession stand, I feel like they're gonna like catch you. Like you're gonna come back with an empty popcorn.
Yeah, but it's kind of like getting.
they don't know what movie you came from.
It's also like getting ahead of it. Like you're going to go back halfway through. You're going to want the refill. Just dump it into a bag for the time being.
so you don't have to like miss any like miss any. Of
Right.
the
Right. I was just like,
Uh-huh.
brilliant.
They should be like, would you like your free refill right now, so you don't have to come back in the middle of the movie?
maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No,
also
but
like
that's
a
that should be-
colostomy bag to pour your Diet Coke into.
We're getting all 23 flavors in right now.
You're at the syrup at the machine. The syrup.
Does anybody want to see Twister in 4D?
Hell
Yeah,
no.
It's booked for the
Wait,
full week, by the
Have
way.
you
We
seen
looked.
videos of it? The
Yeah, do they give you
seats?
popcorn for that one?
You would be all over the. It does
I
not
kinda
look
wanna
You
see
can
fun.
it.
handle it. You
Matt,
can
you
handle
have
I
it.
want
to
to
see
do
I'm done.
it.
Did you see the video?
There's
There's a video that
Mariah,
someone took.
There's a specific one I
gonna
need
die.
you to see.
It looks crazy.
Bubba, this one right here.
Just send her the TikTok clip.
I want to do it so bad. I love
Okay,
Twister.
I just texted it.
Have
to
you guys ever done 4DX?
Never.
Oh, yeah. I've done it twice. I've did it for
Terrible.
Avatar 2 and then Super Mario Brothers. I loved Avatar 2 because there was more like soaring.
Yeah.
Super Mario, that was bouncing like every fucking time. It gets a little, but it's
Matt,
like,
watch this. Look at
oh
Oh my
shit.
gosh. That's crazy.
those seats are all over the place.
How are you eating, drinking, or
I don't.
That's
there's no
absurd.
way there's
You have to
popcorn
keep
allowed
your
in this
popcorn.
room.
Well, you're so high up, you can't reach for your popcorn. You have to get out of your seat to pick up your popcorn. So you got to hold it in your lap. You're really high up off the ground.
it's one of those things where it was out for a year and they were just like, get rid of it. Like, this is not good, and no one's gonna be. I'm just surprised it's still a thing. Where like, why would you want to go watch a movie in 4D and
It's an experience.
I want to do it so bad.
people
I'm
these days don't even
dying.
want to go to the theater. They just want to be in the comfort of their own home. So why even go the extra mile to not even be comfortable while watching a movie?
But that's what they want.
That's what
they want
Regal-
Twister the ride. Are they spraying water? They do that,
yeah.
right?
They
Oh
missed
yeah,
it.
everything. It
You have-
smells.
you have a-
Splash zone.
There's like, but it's not so heavy. It's like,
misting.
yeah, it just feels like someone went like that with water. It's not, you're not drenched. You can also turn your water on and off in your
Okay.
seat. And I believe the water's coming from right in front of you. The weirdest one is that they have this little like piece of plastic that's like in
Slaps your
between.
ankles.
So if there's like wind coming through and like leaves, you feel like you're getting
Oh,
touched.
that's so cool.
No, I remember when they had a ride like that where spiders were running around everywhere, and then they did the
Oh yeah, yeah.
terrible.
Damn.
I do want to see the new Twisters. I heard it's pretty good.
You
Really?
guys saw it?
Yeah, we
y'all
we went
saw
to the
it?
premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was it not that good?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good,
I
but
mean, it's Twister.
I love the original.
Yeah.
That was the one movie
Helen Hunt.
we would never skip it if we saw it on cable. We would always have Twister on.
they did like do a really good job of like showing how dangerous and scary they are. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, they did do a good job
You're-
with that.
you're like, whoa.
yeah.
I like how they made Glenn Powell's character like a
YouTuber.
big streamer.
Oh yeah.
So they did a really good job with that. They didn't make it like cringy.
Too cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was Daisy Edgar Jones's accent? Was she like, "I'm from Oklahoma. Where are you from?"
I had no idea she had that accent until
Me
after the
neither.
movie. I was like, damn, she did a really good fake accent.
Oh, good. Does it have any connection to Twister 1?
No.
Like, he's not like Bill Paxton's son or anything.
That's what,
and like their
it's
machine.
so easy to just say that so you can just get excited.
Yeah,
Why
Top
don't
Gun
they just
did it.
do that?
Yeah, they should just. It's easy to do that.
I would love to go storm chasing though. Would love to do it.
You would actually do that?
With a professional,
Really?
I would
With a
definitely
professional.
do it.
It's
Yeah.
really expensive. But like if you're like safely doing it, I would want to do it. I just think
I
it's
just
so
imagine it's just
deep.
like that. No.
Well, I don't think if you're paying to be a part of it, I don't think you're going to be in that too of hairy of situations. I know a friend who went on a storm chasing thing. He said it was beautiful. It gets insanely hot, then it's cold. The sky is just like feels like it's a god just making a painting above you. It's just I don't know.
Wow.
Are they
I
like?
say that shit though, but maybe if it got close, I'd be like, I'm out of this.
I feel like just even driving towards a storm, I would start having a panic attack.
Are they that common? Like in the movie, it made it seem like they're like
Everywhere.
multiple every day, all over.
don't
I
know
think
how-
certain states, I think it's pretty common.
It happens to tornado season, and if you live like in Tornado Alley, which is
Right.
like there's like the Bible Belt. I don't know. There's a whole
Yeah.
area where they're prone to happen.
I mean, you tell me, would you want to chase the hurricanes going through Florida? Hell no.
This is
We're
unbelievable.
locked up in our house.
I just love the sound of a.
Oh my god.
That I don't
Yeah.
know. I actually hate that sound, but that sound does something to me.
Yeah.
This
Where
is
I am like,
They did a good job
oh
with that.
shit, it's
1,200 tornadoes annually.
1,200. How many are in
In
the United
States.
States?
In the United States, there's 1,200 more than any other country.
Oh, so we have the most.
Yes.
Wow, isn't that kind of just wild how like tornadoes just happen in America?
Are they, and now houses that are in like Tornado Alley or anywhere with tornadoes, are their houses like fucking super glued to like how do they make houses that are like
I don't know. It's just it's sad because if these tornadoes I feel like happen every year where they'll just wipe out an entire fucking city and you're like, what?
so you
What were we
it's just
planning
a
on?
risk every day like
Yeah.
living in a
What do you? I just don't even know how you make a tornado-proof home. Like make a whole
They're
subdivision
so
that's
destructive.
tornado-proof.
it's insane. I just wouldn't even live there.
They happen a lot. Did they happen in Florida? Did you guys have tornadoes?
Rarely. It'd be like I feel like along like
Yeah.
like not West Palm Beach, sorry. We had a tornado like one time a tornado warning in West Palm Beach, but I think it's mostly like north of Florida.
I think they're just so rare that it's just like
Yeah.
there's no real like designated spot.
Hurricanes are like much more common.
We had like tornado days where like tornadoes would be so active around the Dallas area that we would have to just like stay home and like we couldn't go anywhere and the storm would be so bad, but it wasn't like safe too.
I think the best place
they can
to be-
pick up randomly too if
Yeah.
just the right hot and cold meets together with that wind and goes.
And it's so crazy. Like it could take out a house next to you and not yours. Like
Yeah, it just plays God that way.
Yeah. I think the best place to be in a place like that, or if a tornado's coming, is like in a car. So you can just drive wherever you need to, because you
In a
can't
way.
outrun a tornado.
It's wild now, like we get better and better footage, I feel like, every year of like fucking tornadoes. Back in the 2000s, it was just like you maybe saw some weird home video and it was
Yeah.
just really shitty. Now people are just in their backyard like, mother of God, look at this thing. It is just boom, boom. Like cars are like, you're really seeing it now.
I'll see them in the middle of a tornado and they're getting that shit up on TikTok in the moment.
Oh.
can I go pee real quick?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was a whirlwind of
Good.
an episode, everyone.
Very good.
Got me in a spin.
Don't get it twisted, you know?
Matthew,
That's good.
nice.
Nice.
Feel my hair up is in just in the knots.
I know.
Don't have a cow.
All right,
All right.
guys. Well, thank you again for watching another episode. As always, what are you doing?
While you're outroing it.
Yeah, make sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Zane and Heath. We do a bonus episode every single month. We also keep these cameras rolling, and you're going to get an extended cut of every single episode. We do a live Q&A every month. It's a great time. Again, patreon.com/Zane and Heath.
And you can check out these episodes every Monday audio form and every Tuesday video form on youtube.com/Zane and Heath.
Ew!
No.
How dare you? Pardon us.
Zane.
Farewell.
Us.
Toodaloo.
I have nothing to do with that.
We love you guys. See you.
Bye, PB Cockies.